guys, welcome back. It's your girl Sarah. Today is Saturday. I need to get on a 15-hour flight in 7 hours. I haven't started packing. I don't even know where the fuck my passport is. And instead of doing the logical thing and start packing and get some rest before my flight, I spent an hour doing my makeup and I decided to film instead. So I thought, why not do a procrastinate with me video? I hope this becomes a trend. Hashtag PWM. Procrastinate with me. And I thought I would talk to you about a very pressing issue in our society today, the simulation theory. The simulation theory has become such a meme in the last couple of years. You see people like Elon Musk, Kanye West talking about it. TV shows reference it all the time, like Rick and Morty did an episode about it, and everybody uses it in their daily lives now. Starbucks barista forgot to give me whipped cream on my frat, a glitch in the simulation. So, like the annoying person I am, I would like to put my useless philosophy degree to use and deconstruct the simulation theory. Yes, I actually took notes. Now I have to say I didn't do much research on this because I just want to like fuck around with the idea. So let's start with Elon Musk's version of it. He talked about this in a lot of different interviews, and this is definitely not the best version of the argument. His basic argument is that he used to play the game Pong, which is apparently a very old game that old people used to play in the old times, but it's a very basic game, and now we have games that are extremely advanced, and with the rise of virtual reality and augmented reality, assuming this current rate of advancement, it is likely that our games could be indistinguishable from reality. And this gaming reality is what he calls the simulation, and he claims because this scenario seems likely in the future that there's a high chance that it's happening now, and he puts our chances of being in actual reality at 1 in a billion. So the biggest problem I have with it is this huge jump in logic where he says because it's likely in the future that it's probably happening now. You can say, oh, it's likely that my mom will make mac and cheese for me tomorrow, which means that she's probably making it for me now. I think what he means to say is that it's possible that it's happening to us now, which I don't refute. It could be possible that we are in a gaming reality and this is a simulation, but to say that it's likely is another argument. And in Bostrom's paper, he had a bunch of factors that he listed out, which serves as the criteria for a simulated world to be possible. I think he calls it the high ancestor fidelity simulation. But the idea is kind of like this chair you see in front of you doesn't necessarily have to act like a chair unless you are perceiving it. So when you are looking in this direction, there could be a projection of the chair. When you turn around, that chair might not necessarily be there at all. It might not be able to support your weight until you walk over there and sit down. And all these little tricks that fools your perception is run by basically a supercomputer. That is one version of the hypothesis of the simulation theory, and a lot of scientists much smarter than me have talked about why quantum physics wouldn't allow for such a hypothesis. But again, I'm going to approach this with more of a philosophical lens. Most of these simulation theories, whether it's gaming, a movie, the Matrix, all these scenarios I think are part of an anxiety that we as a culture have towards technological advancement. I see the simulation theory as a version of epistemological skepticism, which is casting doubt on perception and reality. A very famous thought experiment that is very similar is Descartes' evil demon scenario, where this evil demon is lying to you about all of your perceptions, all of your vision, your hearing. You don't know if you actually have 10 fingers. You don't know if this person in front of you is actually a person. The problem with the simulation theory and the problem with the evil demon scenario is you can't tell whether you are in reality or not. There is no inherent marker. The simulation or this evil demon is so good at its job that there's just no marker. There's no way of telling. The whole point is that you can't tell the difference. So let's assume that you were in the simulation. How do you know that any of your knowledge about technological advancements or gaming or the game Pong or any of that is true? How do you know that VR exists? How do you know that augmented reality exists? How do you know that computers exist? If your basic perception can't be trusted, then anything more advanced like looking through a microscope, conducting experiments, none of that knowledge that you experience in this virtual world can be trusted anymore, which means you can't extrapolate facts from this world to support the idea that you might be in a simulation, which is why I don't think this is a scientific problem, which is why I think you need logic and reasoning to solve this problem rather than a posteriori knowledge, which is knowledge from experience. Because the basic principle of the simulation theory is that you can't trust your experiences. Anyway, that's just what I think. I actually really want to know what you guys think. Are we living in a simulation? Why or why not? This is actually going to be a very interesting comment section. Let me know. And I should probably get back to packing. The usual beauty content programming will resume next Monday. Thanks for coming to my lecture. Oh, also subscribe if you haven't yet. I don't usually post these type of videos, but we have a lot of crackhead content on my channel. So subscribe, turn on notifications. Next time you see me, I'll be in Toronto, and I'll see you soon, eh? So bad.